Views and opinions expressed on this show belong solely to the hosts and their guests and do not reflect the views of any outside institutions unless explicitly stated. What's going on, Canna fam? Welcome back to Cannabis Cum Laude's A Closer Look at Community. My name is Justin Closser, and my goal is to help provide a platform for the members of the local cannabis community to share what they're working on. The hope is to allow them to build their brand and expose you listeners to a larger variety of products and services. In this effort, I believe we'll be able to build a network in which we can all support each other and grow as a community. The plan is to release an episode every Wednesday. In addition, on the first Wednesday of every month, we're going to hold a community hangout virtually in collaboration with Tommy Potseed that we're going to attempt to record as well. Also, we started a Discord server called Cum Laude Community Hangout. This is a great place for members of the community to chat, ask questions, interact with each other without the fear that Mark Zuckerberg's going to put you in timeout. So without further ado, elevate your state of mind and enjoy the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of A Closer Look at Community by Cannabis Cum Laude. This week, we have the absolute pleasure of actually bringing on a repeat offender, Rob Bonfiglio and his wife, Jackie. Super stoked to have you guys on today. How are you doing today?
Good, Joss. Thank you for having us. Happy 4th.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Happy 4th to you as well. You were really the perfect candidate to bring on to a 4th of July episode, right? Like, if anybody were to check out your Facebook, I don't think there's a more patriotic person on my timeline, that's for sure.
I do my best.
It's an understatement.
So as you can see, right, we're recording on the 4th of July. This video is actually going to come out on the 7th, I think. But just so I don't end up forgetting to talk about it, I spoke with Rob and Jackie before the show, and they told me that this week they're actually going to be running a 20% off for veterans, which is, that's pretty awesome. I mean, Independence Day, America, right? Like
America, that's right.
So
America.
if you need your equipment, now's the time to get up in there if you're a vet.
Absolutely.
So other than that, Rob is the owner of #Hydro. And well, Rob and Jackie. I'm sorry, Jackie. I apologize. I don't mean to.
It's actually just Rob for right now.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the legalities of this yet.
Wifey's the backbone.
Absolutely. And so Rob's the owner of #Hydro, which is like the fastest growing and I would argue most successful hydroponics store in all of 585, probably including the 315. I mean, it's been less than a year. They're already moving to a bigger location. It's super exciting. Do you want to kind of get into that a little bit and talk about how success has been and just, I mean, I don't know, maybe the initial opening and like, yeah, let me stop talking. Go ahead.
No, it's been a roller coaster ride, honestly, right? So, you know, we put a lot of time and effort into turning the location we're at now into what it is. And, you know, we did a lot of work and a lot of rehab work and put a lot of time into that. And then opened 3 weeks before the shutdowns of COVID, right? Nobody kind of saw that coming. So that was a little bit of a ride. You know, we stumbled through that and then.
But we were able to stay open because of like the agricultural laws and permits that they were allowing. So we really just.
Yeah, we were deemed essential because you can grow food with everything that we sell. So that helped us out tremendously. And then just customer service, a loyal customer base. I mean, without the community support, we wouldn't have been able to make it through. I don't think, you know, the whole COVID pandemic and everything as it became. Then coming to this year, we had the slight change in laws, which is pretty major.
People have been flooding through the door.
Yeah, I mean,
flooding through the door.
I was going to ask if you can even keep your shelves stocked.
Yeah, it's been tough. And then, you know, with the whole COVID thing still kind of transpiring with the supply chain, it's been tough to keep everything stocked the way you want to, or shipping times have been kind of crazy. But, you know, we've been ordering in bulk and we're kind of learning what sells fast and, you know, what sells the most. And
But it's a hobby for people. Everyone's just so excited to do it. They're like, oh, this is something new and legal. Let me try it. Like, if I can grow a flower, why can't I try my hand at this? Like, let's just give it a shot.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were skeptical to say, you know, that they've always wanted to try it, or they did it back in the day, but they heard of people getting in trouble, and all it took was that, like, you know,
one scare.
That one scare, but then all of a sudden they see on the news that now New York's going legal, and that was just enough to put them over the line and say, you know what, I'm going to go for it and I'm going to do what I want, essentially, which is our God-given right on such a day as today.
Which for me, it's almost sad because I feel like it takes all the excitement out of it. You don't have that like thrill of, oh, someone to catch me.
Well, I mean, technically we still do.
We still do.
So I like to make sure it's clear for people, just so I don't look like I'm trying to promote the wrong thing. That
no, it's still illegal.
It is still currently illegal. However, that medical deadline of 6 months is rapidly approaching. What do you consider that? I think I said that October 1. I'm saying F it, and that's it.
What they said 6 months. I mean, you would assume 6 months from the day. That's when we're gonna start, you know, really pushing the. When it comes to people buying seeds and talking about germination and stuff like that, we have to be really careful, you know, to make sure that they are a medical patient and they're going to be a medical grower. Because even talking to somebody who's over 21 and they're a non-medical patient, you know, germination's still technically illegal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, you know, what red tape do we follow and what parameters are there to follow? We don't really know.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love that precedent that kind of seed companies have been setting for a long time. That has just, these are just novelty. They're genetic preservation kits. They will be very good for you if you ever are allowed to grow them. But right now, keep them on a shelf.
Yeah, they're like trading cards. You know what I mean? Like you just store them and collect them. But again, like that medical market is coming, and you know, in a couple months, people who have a medical card and are over 21, you know, depending on how many people in the household, they can pop open 6 to 12 of those seeds and start doing their thing.
So I want to get back to, so you said there was a huge upswing with legalization, which is awesome.
Yeah, man.
So much of an upswing. Is that the reason why for the move, or was that like just an awesome opportunity that came across your plate? Or was it like, I don't know, talk to me about what inspired the move.
Honestly, it was the world just kind of came together at like the perfect place, the perfect time, the perfect scenario. I don't want to say it like fell into our lap, you know, because a lot of work went into it.
Yeah, but, absolutely. You bust your A.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just a perfect opportunity. You couldn't pass it up. We needed to expand the business we're at now, the location. It was perfect startup. It got us where it is today. It was great, but we just need more things. You know, we need to make it
scalable.
Yeah.
And you know, this facility will allow us to do that. I mean, it money-wise, everything, location, it's literally, we're crossing the street. I mean, it couldn't get any crazier of a move. It's literally across the street.
You could hit a football. Like you could definitely throw a football from one door to the other. That's how close it is.
And it was perfect timing. You know, I'm ordering so many more pallets of soil. We have so much more weight. And I have to hand load everything in right now. Right. I don't mind a good workout, but it gets tiring 4 times a month carrying in thousands and thousands of pounds of soil. So here we have
falling apart. Don't let him fool you. He's falling.
We have an overhead door now with a ramp. It's concrete floors. I don't have to worry about weight restriction. I could put pallet racking and go 22, 24 foot high if I need to. So it was just a perfect scenario, bigger square footage.
It's going to be the store we dreamed of, but we couldn't make right at away. First.
Yeah.
It's where we wanted to get to when it just,
you just had to build to get there. I mean, and you did it, right? Not a lot of people can say that. A lot of people open that first store with the dreams of the second store and don't get there. And you did it in a year. So anyway, if that says anything about his work ethic and business capability, people, I think that speaks
that's the
to
community too, man. And I appreciate that, but the community really does stand behind us. We do try our best. You know what I mean? I do try my best, you know, but the community.
Hey, I've never had a bad experience. And anytime I ever walk in there, even when I'm not buying anything, I can sit and watch you interact with 2 or 3 different customers and walk them through everything they need, every question they have. You don't skip a beat. You know what I mean? Like your customer service is on point, and that is just not the case everywhere. As a matter of fact, it's not even close to being the norm. Do you know what I mean? Customer service is something that in this day and age is just completely fallen off. And so when you see it, I feel like it's worth it to give praise. There's a reason why the community stands behind you. You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate that,
it's
man.
not because you're an asshole who's got good products.
Right,
it's because you have great customer service and you carry the right products. You know what I mean?
Kind of an asshole.
Well, I mean, you got to be a little bit of an asshole in this world, or else people just take advantage of you.
Right.
You watch him and you're like, this is what this kid was born. He was born to do this. Like, this is exactly where he's supposed to be. It's just, like you said, he doesn't skip a beat. He can talk to somebody who's been growing for 40 years and somebody who's been growing for 4 hours. And it's the same conversation. You know what I mean? He's just honest and upfront. And that's the thing.
And even another aspect to it, right, is you act as a conduit for the community, right? How many people have met each other or been introduced because, like, you were that guy who they both knew and just happened to be able to chat, right? And so, like,
and it's almost like, dude, I mean, you know, there's kind of that connotation of the barber shop. It's the hangout, you know what I mean? Like, people go chill and just get their cut, whatever. That's kind of what we have with the hydro store, but
the
just in a way cooler aspect, you know what I mean? And I love it. People feed off each other. We all learn, you know, especially in this industry, we're always learning. Stuff's always improving. We can always bounce ideas and stuff off each other. It's almost like a spot to kick it, get your grow gear, learn some shit, you know, have a great time. You know?
If I had to say anything negative about it, and this is completely joking, is that every time I go there, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna swing by, say hi. 3 hours later, I leave.
Yeah, right. Never. Anytime I'm there working, I'm like, all right, I gotta leave, and then I'm like, it's been 45 minutes, I gotta get home.
Yeah.
It's just there's always such great conversation going on. You're like, I don't want to go. Like, this is better than anywhere else I could be.
So much every time you're there from everybody else, and then you meet somebody new, and you're like, oh, I've seen you, or like, you've done this, and it's crazy.
So many people say that. They're like, dude, I gotta book out like 3 hours of my day to come see you, because next thing you know, time just gets lost. You walk in those doors and it's poof, gone.
Then wait till you're in the place, because it's
gonna amplify tenfold. I had the pleasure of being able to check this place out, guys, and it is it's dope. Make sure you look up when you walk in there, because there's sweet flags on the wall. Like, paint job's awesome. The tile is awesome. His sink. Make sure you go in there and check out the sink.
Check out the bathroom. Right, that's a showpiece. Conversation starter.
That's our friend Tim. He's amazing.
Shout out to Tim.
Shout out to Tim. He's an incredible human being. He made that whole thing. He made that just gorgeous.
Yeah, he's put in time, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Tim. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're still a little bit under construction, got a ramp coming in, all that kind of stuff that's gonna definitely make working way easier.
Oh yeah.
When are you guys opening? I mean, I know already, but.
So it's going to be Sunday, August 1st, grand reopening.
10 to 6.
10 to 6.
5247 Westridge Road.
Yep.
Parma Commons Plaza.
Suite 100. You can't miss us. You can't miss us. You pull in, we're right there.
Yeah, we're right there.
Right on the corner. Make sure you don't get kicked in the face on your way through.
Yeah, right.
If you've been to the old store, look across the street and it's right there.
Right.
Just to clarify, there's a karate place next door. That's why I said that. It was you're not really going to get kicked in the face.
Actually, the nice thing is
you might.
Well, not the nice, but it's nice. They're closed on Sundays, so we have the day all to ourselves pretty much, and the whole party. Yeah, so we're gonna probably do a soft opening on Friday, what is that, the 29th?
We'll do a soft opening the week before, because as we start moving stuff, if we realize we can just get everything in there and soft open for a week or a couple days,
work out any kinks that may arise. You know what I mean?
Got to check out, make sure the cash register is working right and all the Wi-Fi works.
Right.
And anybody who shops, just bear with us for the next month, because we're going to be taking the shelves down, moving them across the street.
I can do it. I can do it old school, paper and pen if I had to.
It's going to be crazy.
No big deal. I know the pricing by heart, just about. So we're gonna start moving. We're finishing up the floor now, sealing the floor. We're gonna start moving shelving this week, actually. So, like she said, kind of bear with us. We're gonna have most of our product on the ground for like 2 weeks max. But it's exciting. We're getting there. We are getting there.
I know. It's so close. Really? We just want it to be the day of. And we have tons of reps coming and vendors and stuff. Obviously, you guys will be there, but then we have like grow dance coming, and we have some special treat tables, and we have a huge sale going on. Centurion Pro.
It's going to be an awesome reopening.
Trap snacks.
Trap Aid. Yeah. It's going to be there. He's going to DJ, I think, too, for a little bit, which is awesome for us.
We're going to have an HLG giveaway. Bunch of raffles.
Okay.
Food,
okay.
Drinks.
Speaking of giveaways, we just plugged one this last week that I just want to remind people of right now, since you brought it up, that we're doing the Bud Belay giveaway. That was that pulley system thing. So look for that post on Instagram. The episode should be airing. We're shooting Sunday, so tomorrow. So Instagram post will be out shortly thereafter. Anyway, back to Mr. Rob Bonfiglio. Awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that day. It's going to be cool. Do you want to shoot out where people can find out more information for the event, or do you want to let them kind of figure out how to find that on their own?
No, yeah. So they can follow us for the grand reopening for the store. They can follow us on Instagram at #, I think it's #Hydro_Inc. Facebook, just #Hydro Inc. And then if people kind of want to get excited about a future project that's going on that I won't talk too much about, but they can follow Cannabis Carnival Roc, or at Cannabis_Carnival_Roc on Instagram, and get a little excited about, something new going on.
And then you have something else, kind of something new going on that's going to be within the store.
Yes.
Do you want to get into that right now, or do you want to kind of leave that for a later date?
No, we can talk a little bit about that. Wifey just had to go check on the kids, so this is technically her company. I'm helping her man the ship, I guess you would say. So that's going to be Roc City Genetics, which is going to be our seed and genetics company. Eventually we'll have our own line here when the time is right. But for the time being, we have sourced out some really interesting stuff from some other people, and we will have juvenile live plants available in the store for donation. We have a little bottle that you donate to, and you get a free gift with your donation, and that will be a clone or juvenile plant of your choice. And we'll have a couple different tiers that they can choose from. It's kind of exciting stuff.
That's super exciting.
Super exciting stuff.
I love the you kind of said something to me about Roc City Genetics that it really kind of hit home, and if I'm putting you on the spot, we can definitely cut this out after the fact.
I think I know where you're going with this, and I was going to touch base there too, but go for it.
You told me that you really want to do Roc City Genetics, like, yes, for maybe any work that you have going on or any stock that the store or Jackie has in her inventory, but also to kind of showcase other people in the Rochester area, breeders.
Dude, we want to help elevate the community. You know what I mean? At any means necessary. If there's good vibes going on and the right intentions at play, we want to help be that. If we can be that platform to help elevate somebody, you know what I mean? They've been breeding for a while, or they have their own special thing that they want showcased. or to be somewhat part of the brand. You know, we're going to figure out the whole collab thing and how it works for everybody else. But yeah, that's something we definitely want to do. We want to make the community a part of it, which, you know, Roc City Genetics. So that's all of the city. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I love that. I love that whole idea of community, right? That's really the inspiration behind this show as well. I love, like, I think that Rochester as a cannabis community is really strong, but right now it's currently a little bit segmented, right? And I kind of want to help. And I think you're doing the same thing with your store, with your Instagrams, with all of the content you put out. The same thing of where we're really trying to bring the community together, right?
Absolutely.
And connect them to one another, because we don't need to outsource. We don't need to go to Massachusetts. We don't need to go to Maine. Like, sure, it's fun to go on a road trip once in a while. It's
Absolutely.
fun to go to different events and go to shows and stuff like that. But like, there really is a solid community right here. And like, if you're willing to learn and put in a little bit of effort, you can reap 10,000 times the reward as far as cultivation goes. And
Absolutely.
Rob is willing to basically give away information all day, as long as you're coming in and asking them. You know what I mean? You got to ask to get the answers.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And I love to do it. You know, I tell people all the time, bombard me with questions, and I mean it. You know what I mean? And believe me, I have people that do it, and I don't mind, really. If I can be of help or of any assistance for the community or any grower or anybody at all, I do my best. You know, and the rewards kind of just reap themselves based on that. That's why we've built such a dope community. You know what I mean? That's why, you know, me and Cannabis Cum Laude and the whole community is so tight and so close. And I really like where Rochester's headed. We've been a very big underground market for a long time that people don't know about. We have 5-6 stores in Rochester alone. Jersey has 2 in the whole state. You know what I mean? So that speaks volumes right there. And yeah, we're ready to go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm so stoked for them to actually pull out the rules on this, right? Like, so that we can start doing legit events, that we can start having these lounges and things open up, so that people can even, like, people are already starting to crawl out of the woodwork because, like, it's legal, right? But I feel like once we have the framework for what is legal and what's not, and like what's okay, and like how can we be in public, like, it's going to just open up Pandora's box of like everybody who is, and like, come on, we need the rules for adult use people to be able to legally grow at home. So like,
well, I mean, and technically you still have that, you know, toed line of people that, even though the news said, hey, legalization's coming to New York, you know, it's still not legal yet. Once it becomes fully legal and the rules are transparent and all the red tape is laid out, you know what I mean? There's going to be a whole slew of other people that are going to come out and join this community that are really just hiding behind the woodworks right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Just waiting to really not have to worry about getting arrested or know what they can and can't do to not be arrested. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So there's even going to be a way bigger spectrum of people coming out.
I made a joke to my father. I was like, hey, how many pot plants you putting in your garden this year? Because he has like a pretty big veggie garden every year. Yeah. But he's always been such a freak. Ever since I started smoking, he's like been so weird about it, right? Because he like used to be I used to be a burnout. That's what he told me back in the day, right? And but no, he's awesome. And so he's like, I'm not putting any out there, but if you want to go put some out there, whatever. He was like, it's legal now, right? I was like, well, not really. He was like, well, what are you doing asking me then?
Yeah, like, there's people who think it's legal, that it's definitely, you know, again, still there. We're coming up on the date
I just like people to know the risk they're taking. That's all. Not that I'm telling you, like, if you want to take a risk, don't do it, but know that it is a risk that you're taking still.
And we keep it fully transparent at the store, you know, what we can and cannot talk about and stuff like that. And, you know, novelties and souvenirs are novelties and souvenirs until the time, you know, comes. But it's still illegal to germinate seeds. It's still technically illegal. You know what I mean? So again, we're trying to figure out how to navigate this crazy new market.
Hell yeah. It's going to be awesome. So, this has been an awesome time, Rob. I think we are going to wrap it up here. I do think I'm probably going to go ahead and have that little grow segment chopped out of the middle there. So make sure you look for that, people. We had a really cool couple questions that I put Rob on the spot, and he kind of answered them for me.
A little TED talk, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And other than that, check out Roc City Genetics on Instagram. Follow their work. There's going to be big things coming soon, even bigger things than we already heard about today, I'm sure. Check out the Cannabis_Carnival_Roc as well. And all of these are going to be listed in a little page here in a minute. Sweet. And also check out that hydro guy. What is it? 333?
That's my personal. If they want
don't check him out. I'll cut that off.
Cool.
He doesn't want you.
Don't
stalk
I
him.
share everything to every page. Just, I'm a freak when it comes to that. No, they can follow, it's #hydro_Inc. on Instagram, or that hydro guy 333. I don't really care either which way.
All right. This has been Rob and Jackie Bonfiglio, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm sorry that we are unfortunately not able to say bye to Jackie right now. Mommy duty calls sometimes.
Oh, she's right here.
Oh, here she comes. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Sorry, we have 2 kids. It gets hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Take care of those kids. Sometimes that's why I had to delay a recording the other day, because I had daddy duty. It just was what it was.
Yeah. The baby had to go down. The one wanted chips. There was a whole meltdown. So,
So before we actually take off, do you want to talk about Roc City Genetics at all?
That's up to you. I did a small segment on
it. Yeah, he did. I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
Well, I don't know what you said.
I don't know. Whatever you feel about it. It's okay. If you don't want to, it's cool. So
you'll find out more about it at the first annual Rochester Cannabis Carnival. So follow that Cannabis_Carnival_ROC. But it is a genetics company, and we only have the best of the best clones to get you started on some awesome homegrowns. So you'll see what we have. We're going to debut it at the Cannabis Carnival, so you'll find out all about it then.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, this has been Rob and Jackie Bonfiglio. Guys, it has been such a pleasure talking today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
I probably had some funky stuff going on there, so if you guys see weird cuts going on, it is what it is. I apologize, viewers. But it just happens this way sometimes. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, listeners, for checking it out. Make sure you check out their Instagrams. There will be a few slides following this, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Happy 4th,
Thank you so much.
Happy 4th of July. Wow. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Cannabis Cum Laude's A Closer Look at Community. I'm your host, Justin Closser, and I want to say a huge thank you shout out to Rob and Jackie for joining me on the show today. If you want to follow along with the day-to-day and what's coming up in the future,